Well, hello there, and welcome to Bricks of Happiness.
I'm Lily.
And I'm Jesse. And this is our son Jonah.
Almost 3 years ago, we bought and converted an old school bus into our traveling home. The original plan was to go from state to state and find the place that we thought would be the most comfortable for us to settle down in. What we didn't expect was how much we would enjoy traveling as well as spending good quality time with our family. We've been up and down the West Coast. We've seen mountains and lakes and rivers and oceans, and it can be kind of addicting.
Yes, it can. Exploring and seeing new places never gets old. There is always an overall feeling of joy whenever we're traveling. Even when life is stressful and you look outside wherever you're parked and it all fades away. New places, experiences, and people bring out the best in us, honestly, and we love it. We have traveled thousands of miles, seen hundreds of buses at gatherings and events, and we have made some of the best friends of our lives, and we meet up all over the country. So traveling is truly in our hearts, and it's currently where we find home. But things happen, plans change, and that's just life. You make the best of it.
COVID hit. Jesse's job kinda took a turn for the worst. And now it seems the nation is on the brink of civil war. So we needed a good, stable place to settle down and be quiet while all of this gets ironed out.
Good day, everybody. I know that we have been kind of holding off. It took a minute to get settled into where we are and where we're going to be for a while. Family of ours has part in a camp that they are on the committee of. And so therefore we have been allowed to come here and park here.
Yeah, it kind of fell into our laps, really.
Yeah, seriously.
At the best time, too, because we weren't really sure what we were going to do.
As you guys knew, we were like, okay, well, we're gonna go, we're gonna hang out here until we go park at storage so that we can take care of storage. Well, that parking never came through. They simply never got back to us. But it worked out. We were like, okay, well, if we can't stay here, we're gonna have to move north. And this just came up. They needed somebody to take over the camp and to make sure that it's in good repair and that there's people here. And so here we are. I know we baited you with the house behind me, if you happen to catch that. We're not staying in the house. We're not moving out of the bus. We're just gonna be parked here and have full access to the cabin, is what they call it, while we're here. So, without further ado, this is Camp Tamaqua. We're not gonna tell you what the real name is, I'm sorry. But if you know what Camp Tamaqua is, kudos to you. Let us know down below and we'll send you a sticker. Do you wanna tell them about the camp?
Well, basically it's a kids camp. It's not like an RV park or anything. I think we kind of needed to clarify that.
Can I hold this? I did have one.
Yes, it's not a camp that people are at all the time. There are only people here when it's booked. So other than that, it's empty, and when it is empty, it's all ours.
17 acres.
We're gonna give you a little tour and kind of show you what it is that we're working with, where we're at.
And what's expected of us to be able to park here.
We're far out of town, so we're in the middle of nowhere.
And it backs up to National Forest. So it's quite private and quite remote, and we are happy about that.
Yes, we still prefer to be out in the absolute middle of nowhere, away from town, away from cities, and away from a lot of people. You wanna show them the miners' cabin?
Yeah.
We'll go there first.
Sure. Look at that, first try.
Mari's chasing lizards, of course. The miners' cabin. Built in 1924 or just before. All rock walls. There's no regular framing. And all of these original put together rock walls from what was gathered here and nearby are what's holding this enormous roof up.
Cool, just a little touch of history.
There's the miners' cabin. That's how it all began here. It's fully usable. Campers are still allowed to stay in it if they want them there. The only thing they're not allowed to do is use the fireplace. And that's just because it's kind of old and they don't clean it all the time. Other than that, the fireplace is still perfectly good. In the 50s, the camp started growing a little bit and they needed a bit larger of a building to be able to sleep in because that's all there was. They built this building. It is known as the chalet or the lodge. And it's the kitchen, common area, and there's a bunch of bunks in here as well. This room wasn't original. This was added on later. The original part is over here. So it just keeps expanding as the camp gets bigger. Lily's favorite part
Look at this bad boy. Oh yeah.
Everything you could really want out of a kitchen is in here besides a flat top, but we have an option for that as well. When you're cooking a little bigger or need to make a bunch of food, or maybe you need a flat top or you want to make breakfast outside, here is the outside gathering area. But over here is this bad boy. Handmade by someone local that I believe donated it to the camp. And it's just a huge grill that's full of volcanic rock underneath. It's gas fired. And I mean, there's really not much you can't cook on here. You could side a whole deer and throw it on there if you wanted. Over here, I'm in the middle of reconditioning it, but there's also a flat top. So pancakes, burgers, whatever you want a flat top. This is a griller's dream. We used it last night. We made a bunch of burgers with the family. It was great. Mari has a new hobby, a new old hobby. There are lizards everywhere, and she's a massive fan of chasing them. So is Jonah.
Let's go show him my favorite part.
The bathroom?
Yeah.
That's your favorite part?
Showers. What? I like showering. I do. And we don't have one in the bus. So yeah, it's my favorite part.
Makes sense too, because she's been taking like 3 showers a day since we've been here. Not really. She doesn't want to get too used to showers. Because at some point, we'll wander away. Have we mentioned that Jonah really loves it out here? It's just us and one other camp right next door on the end of a loop. That's all there is. Nobody's pulling in just to say hey. Jonah insists on opening the doors, so sometimes it takes a second.
My loofah's there. Jonah, watch out.
What?
Not 1, not 2, but 4 showers.
Look, Mama.
There's also a men's bathroom. Picture the same as the women's bathroom, but with a couple urinals. Same. We do have a couple resident bats, which we're very excited about. We're hoping to make more than a few bat houses while we're here, especially if we can make them out of like scraps and pallets. And what?
And we use their poop
Yeah,
for
bat
the
poop.
garden.
Jaguanu. All right. Down yonder this way is a building they call the H building. It's for doing church services if they want to, sleepovers if they want to. So it's just an extra spot. Whoa. Look at the size of that.
Is it dead?
Yeah, well I assume so. It's all curled up.
What is it?
It's a spider.
Whoa.
So, huge stack of pads over there for sleeping. Tables, chairs, empty area, lots of square windows. Part of what we have to do is keep spaces like this clean, so when people walk in, they don't see a bunch of dead stuff and webs and such.
So at the very end of this camp, there is a basketball court.
Sorry we missed it, but there's a big lizard in there. And there's also some wetlands. We love the wetlands. Do you know why we love the wetlands? Of course it's just the runoff for the septic system here into the leach lines. But it grows massive amounts of natural toilet paper. So if we run into another toilet paper issue, the wetlands have us covered. Grown from your poop for your poop. So warning, keep out septic wetlands, blah, 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 keeps the campers out of there. We empty the fire pit ashes into here, of course, after they're all cooled. It's another part of the reason that it's so fertile out there. Look at the size of those things. Some of those are bigger than Jonah. Free TP. You guys want some natural toilet paper? Totally send it to you.
If you haven't seen our previous video about how we grow toilet paper, check it out up here.
Seriously, if you want a Ziploc bag full of natural toilet paper, let us know.
I found something.
We got your butt. What'd you find? Ooh, a rubber band. Thank you, Junior Ranger. What you guys might not know is that Lily is just a basketball ace. So she
at the whopping 5'2".
yeah, so she is very excited to have a basketball court. What I have found out, I need to measure it, but I'm pretty sure that hoop is high because I can't hit anything on it. And this one got taken out by a tree that fell during winter storm. You can see it cut up over there. So that one's got to be straightened. It's got a little tweak to it. The camp continues off up over that hill and way back in over there until you see houses. It's quite the amount of space.
Well, Jesse's doing a great job of giving you guys the tour. Don't you think?
Every time I point the camera at Lily, she doesn't say anything. So yeah, I'm giving you a tour.
Okay, so being a kids camp, there's also a tetherball court and a volleyball court and a huge fire pit and a cabana type thing. And I've already cleared the pine needles off of them because, well, there was so much debris. I don't think you
Freaking
could.
pine trees.
Yeah, there was so much debris. I don't think they could have played volleyball even if they wanted to. So
Definitely not barefoot.
So included in keeping it clean and stocked and all of that, some minor maintenance stuff. Like in the cabana, the wood needs to be resealed, restained,
And cleaned.
and cleaned. Minor responsibilities though, not bad for what we get.
For what we could have. We have access to a whole house down there. We
Yeah.
just don't need it. The bus is home. Some of the people were like, you're not moving into the... No, we're not, because we already built our home.
Yeah, let's show you that part.
One thing that we definitely do not have to do anytime soon is look for firewood. We could burn fires for years. We don't have plans of staying here through winter, but the way the world is currently, exactly. You just don't know when it's gonna happen, or what's gonna happen, or when Jesse's gonna shut up. We plan on parking back over here, but a little bit of dirt work needs to happen before we can do that. Here is the house, the backyard, the shed, everything that we have access to just for staying here and taking care of the place. That's normally their trade-off for whoever is working in the camp. Obviously we don't need that, so it's just an extra. Now what is handy about it is that we'll be able to cycle stuff through our storage through here while we're selling it, because our storage is not close. Our storage is 40 minutes, so this will be great. Fancy running into you here.
This way?
Yes, yeah. Following the lady, following the lady.
Haha! And I don't even have to put quarters in it. I'm kind of lost.
How do you start this thing without quarters? Bathroom, walk-through closet, one bedroom, little kitchen area. Show us around.
It's a cute little place. So how we intend on using this is we're gonna put a bed in here so that any family members that want to come visit and stay with us have a place to sleep and have kind of like their own little area. But other than that, I guess they left a few things behind.
I hadn't opened any of the cabinets. This one's full of food. What do you do when people leave a cabinet full of food? Well, you try it. It's kind of like a graham cracker. Cookies from Belgium. You guys ever had these? I now have.
So yeah, we're gonna use it kind of like a guest spot. It's so cute, such a cute little, they call it a cabin, so I'm gonna call it a cabin too. While Jesse pillages the leftover food cabinet, I'll show you the backyard. So there's a shed full of camp stuff here that we'll also probably use for storage for our stuff that we're trying to cycle out of our storage unit. And this is also where the garden is.
Don't show them the garden.
We've said a couple of times, the world is a crazy place right now. And if it gets any worse, we'll need a food source. And if it gets better, well then lettuce and food for days.
So, this is our spot. Sorry to leave you guys hanging for a little while. We had to get things in order. This is where we're gonna be hanging out. I know you are probably curious, well, how long are you gonna be there? What's your long-term plan? When are you guys gonna be back on the road? So, long-term plan, we would love to be on the road. Things are crazy right now. We've committed to be here through October, November, somewhere through there when the camp goes into winter, it gets winterized, it doesn't get used through the whole winter, and then they'll put somebody else here. If things change or if we change our minds, well, then we can stay here kind of open-endedly if we would like to, as long as, of course, we're doing our job and they like us and we like being here. That's it for us today. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for coming along. There'll be much more camp to come. We have all kinds of work to do, all kinds of stuff we're going to do here, cleaning up and maintenance and who knows what else. Lily's got the garden going on. I got plenty of bus work and Nissan work and Jeep work to do. And we're just going to lay low for a little bit. Enjoy the middle of nowhere. Enjoy the summer in the forest where it's nice and cool. We hope you guys are doing something sort of the same. Have a great day. Thanks for hanging out. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, throw in a comment, tell us what you're up to, share it with a friend, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, because, well, you should. And it helps us out. Thanks. Have a great day. You know, when the camera's off, just... But you try to get him to talk. You ever want your kids not to talk, just film them. That's all you gotta do. What do you have to say to your fans? Can't spoof your fans. You gotta say something. Everybody loves Jonah. At least tell him hi. At least tell him, you know, we'll see you later. Do you have anything to say? So it's not just me rambling? Hi.
Hi.
What? What's on my face?
Nothing.
Lizard tail.
You got a lizard tail?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Touching lizards.
Put it in.
No.
No, that's an old one.
Okay, so there you have it. Now you've seen the camp, and we're going to be spending the next couple of months. What?
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need it at least partially or mostly in face. Can you do it outside? So it sounds the same and looks the same? Please? Sorry.
Yes, director.
I'm sorry.